everybody, this is gonna be a bit less of a review and more an almost like an informal conversation that we're gonna just have together about what my impressions and thoughts are on Itzaland as an expansion for Infinity Nikki as a whole. So, first of all, I would like to open this up saying that what I expected kind of happened in the sense that this area is massive, and the amount of content that got dropped at one point, just like immediately, is also a really a lot of content. I ruined some of it for myself because I pulled at least two 12-hour days, just trying to like get it done so that we can have a conversation. And I'm not fully done with this whole thing. I'm gonna like drop my volume a tiny bit for the game because as I'm noticing, it's actually pretty loud. So, for example, if I am gonna go into upgrades for Itzaland, this is what my upgrade tree is looking right now. I still have some like Whim stars to get. I still have upgrades that I can actually like invest in. The miracle outfit crafting is staggered in case you're not that far. So, for example, if I need these materials and you can only get 4 of these a week, so I've done what I could. I also crafted a lot of the outfits a lot faster than I should have. So, for example, I did Deep Wood Dream, I did obviously all of the ability outfits, but also I've done Sound of Leaves, Mysterious Adventure, Mark of Time, Lush Waltz. I crafted a whole bunch of things, used up a lot of resources on my account, and I put in a lot of hours. It is kind of more enjoyable if you're not going as fast as I'm going, if you actually allow yourself to breathe, to take in the atmosphere, and I'm gonna be allowing myself to do just that for the next upcoming few weeks because I still have a lot of chests to find. I still have a lot of quests to do. I'm still not done upgrading. I'm still not done crafting absolutely everything. The amount of content that we got in one amount is actually really a lot. If I was trying to calculate how long the main story lasts for Itzaland, I would say that we have gotten about 20 hours worth of story, give or take. I've probably done maybe 35-ish hours of game time in total throughout the week because I pulled two 12-hour days and I've been pulling quite large numbers as well, but you gotta understand that my playstyle includes a lot of meandering, a lot of exploring new areas, a lot of taking pictures and playing dress-up, so I can't say that I've just done the main story. If you do just the main story, you get through it a lot faster, and after just like a day, I had already people be giving me their opinions on the main story in my channel. Now, for opinions on the main story, I will say that it is harmless. I understand that these places, when you want to do a jungle, when you want to do more tribal aesthetic, they can be hard to navigate if you're gonna include human beings into them. So I think Infold has done a very safe thing where they're using mushrooms instead. But here's the thing, mushrooms are just... they're very trusting. And the whole story is about the fact that mushroom people are very trusting, and they come off as very innocent and almost childlike. So it's... I know that some people like mushrooms more than they did Feywish sprites or PCs, but for me it's Feywish sprites / PCs 2.0. Like, the whole story, you're just dealing with the mushroom people and you're trying to save their mother shroom tree thing from bad people that are harvesting mother shroom tree thing's energy by pretending to be a religion that's gonna be trying to heal that shroom when in fact they're doing the absolute opposite. I'm sorry if that's a spoiler for absolutely anyone in here. The bad guys established are sort of dragon people. You get maybe 12 seconds of them. Like, majority of this whole game is just Nikki going on an adventure with mushrooms. And it doesn't help that the story begins in a very, very weird way where Nikki decides to travel to Itzaland and a dead soul accosts her and goes, I died before doing this thing that I had to do. Can you do it in my part? And the dead soul imprints on Nikki, giving her this... It's almost like a transferring of a persona where everybody is fine perceiving Nikki as the place that the dead soul occupied before it died, and it's done through like this magic mumbo jumbo where once again the soul imprinted on Nikki, therefore she can pass off as this persona, and Nikki is very good at pretending to be other people by this point. Ever since Donking Island, she just goes with it, and even Momo just like goes with it, and that's how the story begins, and you go on this big adventure with a whole bunch of shrooms. It's harmless. That's all I can say. I never felt like there were super big stakes, because I know that the stakes are big for mushroom people, but the mushroom people are not... They're mushrooms. They're sentient mushrooms. They're kinda innocent and easy to trick. It's important, I suppose, that they exist, maybe, perhaps. But at the same time, because the bad guys run away and Infold this time around wants to do the story in more increments, I think our next big story drop is gonna be 2.5. So like, winter, summer, we're doing this thing now. But for all I know, they might decide to continue it in small increments starting at 2.1. You know, I don't know what they're doing for 2.1, honestly. So, because the story isn't delivered all up front, like Wishfield's story, we technically like achieved this thing where we like save the Shroomling's mother shroom, which is just like a big sentient tree-like thing, but a mushroom, imagine it like that, and the bad guys run away, but it's implied that in the future we're gonna like go and follow the bad guys wherever they went because they have a lot of energy and they wanted to like bring back this Titan King or whatever, and that probably spells doom to a higher amount of space than just one mushroom civilization. So maybe the stakes will go up. As far as I'm concerned, the story is kinda whimsical. I'm wearing a lot of the miracle outfit that you get right now. I'm not wearing the full fit. I'm still missing 3 pieces. And also I stylized it. Some people didn't like how the miracle outfit was treated in the story because while the miracle outfit comes in the end, and it is what you use to save the Mother Shroom, Infinity Nikki didn't like go through this, oh, this event like inspired the shoes and this event like inspired the gloves like she did in 1.0, so some people missed that. I think that this is fine. I think it's still handled better than Silvergale Aria because we do see it interact with the story, so like at the end she pieces together the full story of the land, of the people, what happened here, and then she pulls on that power, uses the miracle outfit, and she heals the tree, and she says that the whole travels have inspired her. I do have a slight problem with this expansion pack though, and this is gonna be entirely off topic, and it is the fact that I have somehow managed to style a lot of outfits that effectively have the exact same feel to them. So I might need to work on that. Well, that one is a bit different, and like this one is a bit different, but I have like 3 white outfits with veils or edginess or horns. I like the Miracle's outfit. I like the new Miracle outfit kind of more than I liked a lot of Miracle outfits from 1.0, mostly because it has god tier accessories. This is another non-consecutor because I'm just sharing to you my ideas about Itzaland. So let's do by recent. It has this Divine Veil, which is like flowers and like a lot of swords there. I think this one will get a lot of use and a lot of purposes out of me. And of course, it has the horns. I love the horns. I don't want to wear this right now with the full fit, but because this is a separate piece, it's also quite transformative and you can use it with other outfits for yourself. So this Miracle outfit, in my opinion, the one that we got from Itzaland's expansion pack, is a lot more versatile than, for example, Silvergale Aria. But that's just the way that I see it. Wishful Rosa was decently versatile because I still use its sleeves quite a lot. And you can see it in my current fit over here. I'm just using Wishful Rosa sleeves. So I like what we got here once I find the right outfit. Now, story difficulty. We need to address something, which is that Infold has changed combat. Do you see this giant ring? This is effectively the auto-target range. It is pretty big. I don't mind this. And honestly, if you... There's the reason why I'm standing on the top of Colosseum. If you want, you can do this. This is me doing this absolutely without aiming. So I don't see the new combat as a problem. The new abilities are quite a lot of fun. Like, for example, you can be a giant Nikki. It makes you go from place A to place B a lot faster. I really like Gigantism. I think it was implemented fairly well. You also have the Sticky Claws, except that you see a lot of these abilities are set up to only be used in specific areas. So, for example, there's nowhere for me to stick over here. But this is a Behind Prayers ability that Behind Prayers specifically comes from. I see this as advanced gliding. I do have a problem of these abilities are entirely unusable in Wishfield, which is shit. Like, I would love to use my Behind Prayers outfit. I know it's gacha, I know that not everybody's gonna have it, as a way to go from place A to place B a lot faster. I think that that would be a lot of fun, but I can't use it because you can't use those abilities completely in Wishfield. It is entirely just an Itzaland thing. You can use Gigantism in your house, but you can't use Gigantism in Wishfield, which is, once again, a shame because that could replace your motorcycle. That could replace your bicycle. Because it's a way for Nikki to actually get from place A to place B faster. Now, if you want to use Sticky Claws, it's very, very specific places where it's usable, and it is mostly here, which is Spira. So... God damn it, me. Okay, so I can just glide, and then I can just catch this, and then I can catch that, and I can glide fast again. It is a lot of fun. It is a very fun movement ability, but it has very specific use case applications, which is only in very specific places where the Sticky Claws can actually work. I don't like that as much. I wish that a lot more abilities that we have would be more versatile, allowing you to use it in larger areas, in larger places. Anyway, I ended up talking about abilities that come with this new update, and I forgot to talk about this. Because the combat has gotten a bit harder, because now we have Sticky Claws and you need to do that navigation in some dungeons, the game has really fumbled on the difficulty side, where they're trying to balance cozy gamers and they're trying to balance the people that asked for more difficulty. They're trying to balance mobile gamers and they're trying to balance PS5 and PC gamers. So what happens is if you enter dungeons in this and you stand still even for a minute, the game asks you, hey, is the dungeon too hard for you? Would you like just a story summary and would you like to skip it? We have exactly one boss fight. And during that boss fight, it looks cinematic as all hell. But it auto-saved me every 2 seconds. It looks great, but it feels like a mobile game because you can't actually fail it. You don't even bother using health potions or anything like that. Like, we claim some free ones from the store every single week, right? I have over 100 of them. I have no way to use them because if you die, you're reset by maybe 2 seconds. If you fail in a dungeon, you're also reset by like 2 seconds. The autosave points are like crazy. And then for this like last boss fight, the only boss fight that we got, there's also this segment that does not exist when you're rebattling it weekly, but exists specifically only in the story instance, and it is where you're flying on a pigeon and you're shooting back at it. The game has the boss auto-targeted. You can't target absolutely anything else. And you're supposed to kind of avoid obstacles as you're flying, but your Nikki has a lot of health now because you can get up to 2 health bars in total. You can have something like 10 health. I'm on 7 right now, but that's quite a lot of health. It doesn't matter if you hit a thing here and there. It literally feels like press button to win in that scenario, and that really like cheapened the experience for me. And I prefer if we did less epic boss fights, but better telegraphed boss fights where both mobile, PC, and PS5 players can all just play it, because obviously they need to figure out a happy medium between a lot of different people. So the difficulty in the story was not great, but here's the weird thing with Infold, and I want to make this into a separate video and talk about the whole thing, that the story doesn't let me fail. This isn't a new thing. A lot of the story patches in 1.x would have story that's just talking, or story that's talking and deduction. And then if you wanted anything even remotely harder, you would need to do side content. And it rings true for Itzaland as well. Like, open world is the more challenging bit this time around than the story. The story just wants you to win no matter what. The story just wants you to push ahead so that you can see the whole story. And I would say battles inside that whole, like, Dark Realm or whatever it's called, it's fine. Like, those are fine. Open world battles are fine. Open world difficulty, it's fine. It's literally the only thing that wants to push you forward is the story, and because of that, it's extra easy. So let's say I'll challenge this. Just to show you guys. This is like... Well, these ones are just Deathlings. But this is fine. Like, there's a lot of them. It's decent enough. It works. I have no complaint with this. I only have the complaint with the difficulty of the story in itself. If I wanted, I can aim and do whatever this is, which makes it tick up. Once again, we only had like... I'm gonna exit so that I can show you the other fight. We had one story boss, which is now the Breakthrough Realm boss. And in open world, you can meet some wolves. And that's the equivalent of like caged greed fights. And these are the challenging ones. That's not quick play. How am I gonna demonstrate it if I'm gonna quick play it? The story isn't. And you can't win this by spam. I mean... Well, like, these guys, they actually, like, have proper mechanics, and if I fail, you know, that sort of thing. He summons Asslings. And I have, like, special movements, like these ones, and you can get different bows. So you can unlock, like, different combat styles through said different bows. It's the same as we used to have, like, different purification styles. There is a question that people have, which is, did they change the combat system to make it more engagement, or did they change it to sell more outfits? Because there is now one problem where the old and the new combat system kinda conflict, where, let's say I exit this and I go back to my house once I finish loading. Thank you. My house. Let's just teleport here. There are places where you can't use the new combat system and places where it's not advised to use the old combat system. And there seems to have been some nerfs to previous sets. And they're either stealth nerfs that are kinda, I don't know, unfair towards people. Like, if I try to shoot this, ability unavailable, which means that I have to have my other purification outfit on a different preset in order to do this, and then switch back to the arrows before going back to Itzaland. We're gonna go back to Spira because there was a reason why I was standing where I'm standing, but I find it hard to find places inside Spira, especially when I really, really need them, because I don't remember, was it... No, it wasn't this one. I need, like, the dining hall. Yeah, there we go. This is the teleport that I want. There was a reason and a purpose to me standing over there, okay? We're gonna talk about more things. But essentially, the cat outfit from 1.8, it used to generate energy while in combat. Now it doesn't do that anymore, so its ultimate is still great for taking down a whole group of Asslings, but it's made less useful to kind of push you towards this archery outfit, presumably, or perhaps it's a mistake because they had to do a lot of reworking. The grooming outfit from 1.6, it seems to now go off, like the whole grooming thing seems to go off at the end of the animation rather than the start, so some animals run away in the meantime. And also people are reporting lesser area of effect. It could all be to do with the fact that they had to overhaul quite a bit to overhaul this, to overhaul their whole combat system. So it's not entirely certain if it's intended yet or not. This is why we're here, because Itzaland has its own clothing boutique, and this is one of the things that I found disappointing. Clothing boutique items, the ones that you can buy for blings, all of these, all of them, entirely undyeable. I didn't mind Marquise's store not having dyeable clothes, because when Marquise's store first released, dyeing wasn't a thing. But what I'm saying is we're getting content, new content, that's not properly utilizing old systems. It's true through abilities, it's true through outfits that you purchase and the dye system not working. It's even like true with this outfit that we get for free. It's the solve the puzzles to get outfit. I do sorta like it. I mean, I do have an outfit made with it, but look, It's 5-star. It has 9 palettes. And doesn't even have black. So it's 5-star. You know, it's kind of not implemented the way that 5-star items are supposed to be implemented. And if you actually wanted to dye it, you would actually be using 5-star materials. So that's just a expensive way of doing it, I guess. So the game has suffered, let's say, a bit of nerfs or bad system integration when it comes to the new area. It feels like maybe if the new area was baking for a little bit longer, maybe it could have been better. It suffers from trying to appeal to people that want hard content at the same time as trying to appeal to people that just wanna have a cozy time and have a lot of good times, just have some fun. So it feels like they are trying to implement actual feedback that is given to them. It's just that they're trying to please a lot of different people at the same time. And because of this, it's hard. Like, it's hard for Nikki to nail down and release really, really, really polished content. That being said, sheer beauty of areas, sheer amount of stuff that we're getting, sheer amount of side quests that there is right now, the story being kind of harmless and just like bit of good vibes. Let's go somewhere, guys. Let's stand somewhere else. I like how this beach looks, so let's go and stand over there. We have like gigantic monsters as enemies that can actually squish you, and grooming like requires a bit more effort than normal. See, that's a giant monster that can squish you. Let's switch to our gigantic abilities and let's actually take it down. It's very... This whole place is very picturesque. Sound design is top-notch. We gotten a lot of content released at once. They seem to have listened to the feedback that story shouldn't all come out at the same time. I'm gonna stun it from one side and then I'm gonna go behind and stun it again. And now I can groom this baby. So when you groom them, they become non-aggressive for as long as they're groomed. Obviously it resets the next day. And there's like multiple places where you can groom them because it's such a big animal. The new everything. It's a lot. Story is inoffensive. The exploration will be appreciated by people. The places that you can visit will be appreciated by people. I can also groom its back. The smart ways of getting new materials will be appreciated by people. The fact that crafting the new miracle outfit isn't too hard, doesn't require materials that are asked to get, will be appreciated by people. The fact that what you did in Wishfield with your whole grooming things, like, remember how for Silvergale Aria you needed like 18,000 experience? The fact that this carries over, right? Because when I need like to unlock these things, like collecting high materials, it only demanded 5,000 experience in those areas from me. The fact that this all carries over, appreciated by me. So what I'm trying to say is that while it could be better, because things can always be better, this is really solid. Like, for an update, this is really, really solid. Would I place it at the same level as the game release? I don't know. But it's definitely like up there. If I was mean, I would be like B+, A-, that sort of rating. It's definitely up there. And I think that if you enjoyed Infinity Nikki, you're gonna enjoy this. And I think the developers are actually listening, and they are trying a lot of new things. For one thing, craftable outfits. This is new, this is new, this is new, this is new. There is quite a variety of looks here, right? It's not just all one thing. And then if you go to banners, there's quite a variety of looks. If you look at the miracle outfit, that's also quite a variety of looks. If you look at the outfit that we get for free, that's a variety of looks. It kind of, a lot of them falls like this bogo cheek hippie aesthetic, or it falls into armored dress aesthetic, which is a bit weird, but it's no longer as unified as Wishfield was, and people wanted more variety in outfits, so they are listening. They are doing things. Let me tell you, for the past 2 days, my game has been shutting down on its own. I know that that's not everyone, that some people, like, still struggle with it, but for my game, it improved. Hurrah, it actually shuts down. I don't need to shut it down with Task Manager anymore. There is effort being made. So if you really liked Infinity Nikki, I would say come back, give Itzaland a try. And they made getting to Itzaland extra easy as well, because you can skip the previous story if you want and get a summary and start from Itzaland. So if you have been away for a while, it can be worth doing. I am impressed by that. I am also impressed by the fact that currently, this is how I'm checking how much time there is left on the patch. This patch is set to be 41 days long. I don't know if this is gonna be the new norm, but this is the longest patch cycle that we have had, and you know what my feedback was? I don't want empty patches, I don't want broken patches. I'm okay if the patches stay longer in the oven, if we get patches more rarely than what used to be the update schedule. And guess what? We got shit tons of content, and we got a patch cycle that is fairly long. So I trust them to make 2.1 kinda good too. I think that they're working on it. I think that this is moving in a positive direction. If there is one thing that I'm still unhappy about, is that if you're a new player, you're still gonna get the very, very confusing tutorial, and I will still recommend you watch the opening sequence for this game on YouTube before playing through the tutorial, then play through the tutorial, then get through the Wishfield story, then get through 1.1, then remember the tutorial, because that is where it goes. Like, I'm still unhappy that they have that completely mixed up tutorial sequence. This is my complaint number one. But if you're a returning player, I say go to Itzaland. I think it is a happy, innocent adventure, is how I would put it. Could it have more serious vibes? Yes. Could it have used people? Yes. But, I mean, we already had Feywish sprites, we already had pieces. This game has already been mixed, and this game released to a very cozy vibe for 1.0, and a lot of people remember that fairly cozy vibe. Well, 2.0 just follows that trail, so it isn't that necessarily super weird for this game to be like this. So, once again, this is my thoughts on Itzaland. It's good. It's not ultra mega fantastic. I am incredibly hyped, because that would be a very high bar to meet. If they fixed the tutorial, if they gave it more polish, if the systems were cross-compatible throughout 1.0 and 2.0, I would be, like, getting it higher, but come on, guys. I did enjoy my week here. Now, mind you, I rushed content, and because of that, I made it more stressful for myself than I should have. I'm gonna really enjoy just running around the whole area, finding chests, finding little secrets, doing side quests, see what my look at how much quests I have, guys. Well, I don't have exclusive and main anymore, but like I have world quests, I have random quests, and I'm pretty sure there are several that I still haven't even picked up. Because I remember seeing quest points when I would get nearer to those, so I still have shit tons of content. I probably have enough content to last me 2 weeks. This amount of content for a 41-day patch is surreal. This is a very strong drop, I would say, and considering that Itzaland's whole theme is jungle, really. Like, Itzaland's whole theme is like Terra Alliance, it's Wasteland. I think that considering how sensitive this can get, and how sensitive some people were already becoming over specific elements, I think Infold handled it the best that they could by adding mushroom people as the focus rather than people. When we go to areas that are a tiny bit less sensitive, like modern day casino-inspired area, or Whaleport-inspired area, or Empire of Light-inspired area, I would be saying, okay, I need more people inside the story, but when we're exploring this theme first, I think I'm okay with it being mushrooms. And the people outside of mushrooms that are not just adventurers being evil horned dragon guys would be the best way to explain it. Now, mind you, I do hope that when we catch up with evil horned dragon guys, they stick around, and I'm kind of sour that there's a new styling faction. You don't need to actually do it, right? It's not actually connected to the miracle outfit this time around, so this content is entirely optional. I wish that the Sovereign of Sexy actually stuck around. He was there for one cutscene, and then the styling battle, and that's it. And that's I'm slightly sour about that. Like, we pulled the guy out from our ass in order to participate in our side story for 2 seconds, and then we pushed him back into the non-existent closet again. I wish that we stopped doing that with NPCs. I wish that they stayed around in the area for us to take pictures, but what I'm trying to say is Infold did good. If you haven't tried expansion pack yet, like, I'm calling it expansion pack, it's an update, but it's a big one. You should. It's fun, it's good, and I intend to stream it on my second account. I will be pressing for, I guess, more serious storylines and more serious tones when we get to lands that people are a tiny bit less sensitive about. Currently, the way that it's done, I was afraid that we're gonna have a year worth of fighting with our own community. I don't think we will. I think people generally are fairly happy about this and are just enjoying content, and that's the best that you can expect from a gacha game. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for my Patreons for supporting my gaming adventures. And if you have any insights or opinions on Itzaland, please share it in the comment section down below. I do want to have a conversation with you guys. There are a couple of topics that I'm gonna separate out, which is, once again, I wish that the story would let me fail. There are also some concerns that the new combat system might attract unfavorable people towards this kind of game. I don't think that it's gonna be this, but I'm planning to explore it in part when I explore how media still views Infinity Nikki, because as a community, we're enjoying 2.0, but what other communities know about us mostly is 1.5. So the public perception is stuck in 1.5, even if inner community perception has moved on. It's bad in some ways and it's good in some ways, so I'm gonna be talking about that, and I'm gonna be making a separate video on Infinity Nikki news from the community where we just discuss a lot of problems that people are having with the game at a time, but there isn't like one big outrage, and majority of problems are now things that people want improved, but it isn't something that's actually on the forefront of everyone's mind, which means, guys, we're just having a good time inside a video game, and that's what you would want from a video game. So thank you for coming to my very long TED Talk. I'm sorry for making a rather rambly video, but this is like my full opinions on the patch. What I like, what I dislike, what is kind of on my mind about it, how I see it. And I would like to know how you see it. So please tell me that in the comment section down below. And toodaloo for now.